bouncing off of that, we're gonna hop right into how Kendrick Lamar, Drake. Wait, what? How Kendrick Lamar destroyed Drake in 1 week, bro. Oh, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Oh my God, why is he doing this?
2024 is going to go down as one of the most iconic years in the history of music. We're not even halfway through the year, and we just got one of the greatest beefs of all time, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. When I tell you this beef is more iconic than the Avengers versus Thanos, this beef is more iconic than Goku versus Vegeta. This beef is more iconic than the beef between...
Nah, the craziest thing about that is that, like, they've really been beefing, like, subliminally for, like, 12 years, bro. And so, like, now that it finally just blew up in all of our faces, paused, like... it's really crazy. Because I was watching a video like before all this beef even started, bro, like a few months back, talking about how Drake and Kendrick was like hating each other for so long, like all the subliminal shots they sent. So I don't know, that was just weird, bro. Kendrick cooked him in the span of 5 minutes. On God, he did.
Anytime I open up a social media app, people are always talking about this beef. Like, I literally can't get away from it. And I'm not complaining at all, because this has honestly been one of the most entertaining beefs I have ever seen. Now, before I get into the nitty gritty of this beef and my opinion on it, I do want to state that I was never the biggest Kendrick fan. Like, I've heard many songs from him before, and I even bought To Pimp a Butterfly back in like 2015 or 2016, which was one of the first albums I've ever bought. And it was on digital, not on disc. So I don't know if you can...
Bro, hairline can't be saved. Holy shit. That is pretty bad. That is pretty high up, bro. Yeah, at that point, bro, you might as well cut it all off.
Really count that, but I can't really say I've been a fan of his music.
Holy cranium, bro. It's going to the sides.
But he's just not really my cup of tea, if I'm being honest. Drake, on the other hand, though, I will say I'm a huge Drake fan. I remember being young, and that man's music would always be playing on the radio when I was like in the car with my parents or something, you know? I've literally downloaded almost every single one of Drake's albums. Like, my top artist on Apple Music last year was literally Drake. My first concert ever was a Drake concert. Like, I love Drake, and I will say he's one of my favorite artist.
Guy, you need to be checked out, bro. You actually need to be checked in to a mental hospital, bro. What do you mean, bro's hairline returned back to the trenches?
Of all time. He is the GOAT of making hits. Literally anything he touches.
All right. Glock. Like, okay, we get it, bro.
Turns into a hit. Like, call me a glazer, but Drake is legit the GOAT. It's no doubt. Holy. Even though a lot of people say that his older music is way better than his newer music, which I can understand, I still like his new music. I think it's pretty good. I'm one of the biggest, honestly, never mind defenders in this entire galaxy. That album. That was an amazing album. I promise you, I'm not trolling or anything. That is one of my favorite Drake albums of all time.
Crazy.
Maybe not of all time, but it was a great album, you know? So all that being said, as y'all can probably tell by now, I have a pretty huge Drake bias going into this. Now, how did this beef even start? Because I feel like a lot of us just feel like this beef just spawned out of nowhere, when in reality, this beef has been going on for about 10 years.
And I just said that nice.
Actually started at a song called Control that featured Kendrick Lamar, where he said he wanted to murder every rapper, and one of those rappers included Drake. Not literally murder, but musically murder. You get what I'm saying? And then Drake took
friendly
offense to
competition.
that. Then they made subtle digs to each other, and that's like the summed up version of what happened back in like 2013, 14, 15. You get what I'm saying? I didn't really start paying attention to this beef until like the Kendrick diss that was on Drake's recent album, For All the Dogs. Now, a lot of people hated this album, but me personally, I thought it was a pretty decent album. I would say maybe like a 7 out of 10. But on that album, there was a song named First Person Shooter, and it featured J. Cole on it. And in that song, J. Cole...
Bro, people were saying the real winner of the beef was J. Cole, bro. You chilling on a beach with some fans.
Cole said, "Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K. Dot, is it Aubrey, or me? We the big three like we started a league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali." And what J. Cole is basically saying in this verse is that he believes that he is the best in the big three conversation compared to Kendrick and Drake. Hence why he says that he feels like Muhammad Ali's nickname is the greatest. Now, that was all the way back in October of 2023, and nothing really happened after that. The beef really ramped up on March 22nd, 2024, the day that Metro Boomin dropped his collaborative album with Future titled We Don't Trust You. And on that album, there was a song named Like That with Future and Kendrick. And in Kendrick's verse, he basically dissed J. Cole and Drake by saying, "Motherfuck the big three. Nick, it's just big me," which is a pretty bold claim to make when you haven't dropped as much music since your last album back in 2021. So this surprised a lot of people.
Music, bro. You know his aura at the top. All right, let me stop. No. He just did like a whole minute and a half of Drake glaze. Let me not glaze my goat.
simple, because this man Kendrick came out of his underground lair deep in California to diss J. Cole and Drake randomly on a Metro Boomin album at the end of March. Like, it's super random, if we're being real. And then after that, there wasn't really like a response from Drake for a few weeks, but there was a response from J. Cole. J. Cole dropped a whole EP titled Might Delete Later, and in a song titled 7 Minute Drill, he was basically just dissing Kendrick Lamar on the beat for 7 minutes straight. Now, these disses weren't anything crazy. They were just saying like, oh, your last album flopped, my album is hot, like just stuff like that. But if I'm being honest, this track really means nothing, because 2 days later at one of his concerts, he apologized for dropping the diss. And the whole world clowned this man. There were so many memes cooking on this guy.
No, that was bad. Bro, what's good? Long time no see. How you been, Rose? Everything good with you? Have you heard 7 Minute Drill? Yeah, I heard it whenever it dropped, bro. It was actually not that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as people were saying it was, but I mean, you take your diss down, bro. You make a diss, you gotta drop it and stand on it, bro. Come on.
You, as a rapper, going to diss somebody, then apologize at a concert 2 days later before the guy that you dissed even puts a response out. After that, Drake dropped a song called Push-Ups where he dissed a plethora of people like The Weeknd, Rick Ross, Future, and Metro Boomin.
Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
It has been pretty long.
One of those people that Drake also decided to diss on this song was Kendrick Lamar. A few things that he made fun of in that track were Kendrick's shoe size. How the f you big stepping with the size 7 men's on? Size 7 is pretty crazy. I mean, I wear a size 10.
All right, bro. Now he's glazing, because word on the street is Kendrick Lamar actually wears a size 9.5. Little did you know. Sorry. How you been? I've been good.
And I'm 21. Also, the cover of the song is literally Kendrick Lamar's shoe size. Another thing he made fun of was Kendrick's old TDE contract that took 50.
Yo, chat. We're good. We're back. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what's good with my mic. It just be doing that. It be turning me into an alien sometimes. Shit.
50% of his revenue when he dropped. That's why he says, top say drop, you better drop and give.
Yo, Wavy. Oh. You know, it's real ironic, Wavy, because, you know, one of your videos is coming up. Just saying. I'm on my reaction time right now. Log in.
50. He's basically saying, drop and give the label 50% of the revenue. It's pretty clever.
Oh my god, fucking yap every 3 seconds, bro. I'm not telling you what size I'm packing, bro. I will tell you what size shoe I wear. I wear size 13, size 12.5, maybe, depends on the shoe. But like, damn, on my day for what?
Gonna lie. And he also name dropped Kendrick Lamar's wife in this song. I be with some bodyguards like Whitney. People are even saying that this is a double entendre because it's referencing Kendrick's wife, Whitney, and it's also referencing
Don't do that.
The Bodyguard
Don't do that.
That features Whitney Houston. Once again, that is pretty clever by Drake. After that, Drake also dropped another track named Tailor Made Freestyle, which, if I'm being honest, is one of the worst disses I have ever heard in my entire life. If I was a newborn baby and you gave me a mic, I could probably make a better diss than that, if I'm being real. In the song, the man was using an AI voice of like Tupac and Snoop Dogg.
No, that was
and the
crazy.
way it came out, it just sounded like straight dookie cheeks.
Bro, Wavy, tell me about it, bro. Drake got fucking eviscerated.
Like, I believe that Drake got a lot of unnecessary hate during this whole entire beef, but at the same time, I believe that Drake deserved every single bit of hate he got from dropping this track. If I never heard a Drake song in my life and somebody turned on Tailor Made Freestyle by this man, I'm not gonna lie, that would turn me into a full-time Drake hater. If anything, I would even hate the place he came from. I would hate Canada, all because of Drake, just from Tailor Made Freestyle.
Canada.
That's how garbage it is. And after that, everyone was pretty much thinking that the beef was over because Kendrick Lamar didn't respond to J. Cole or Drake for about like 2 to 3 weeks. And you know how people's attention spans are nowadays. If somebody doesn't reply to some beef,
bro, they were clowning Kendrick. They're like, oh, he's taking forever. Oh, he's not gonna respond. They don't know my goal, bro. They don't know my goal, bro. Kendrick Glazer watches a Drake Glazer on stream. All right.
in the next 24 hours, they automatically lost, according to the internet. But then randomly, out of nowhere, on a Tuesday, Kendrick Lamar drops this track called Euphoria, and this track swayed the opinion of many hip-hop fans, even myself. After hearing this, I was like, geez, my goat is cooked. He's got to get up. This is far more than rap beef. And in this track, Kendrick basically states that Drake is putting up a front, and he's not who he really says he is. And at the start, there's actually this message right here. And if you put this message in reverse, it says, everything they say about me is true, which is a reference to the original Wizard of Oz.
Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony.
That's Steve Harvey.
I got no powers. I got no right to be pretending to be the wizard.
That man Kendrick was in his bag with that. Kendrick also states that he's Drake's biggest hater. He hates how he walks. He hates how he talks. He hates how he dresses.
That's how my goat does it, bro.
How Drake is always sneak dissing. He also says that Drake is a deadbeat father, and he also makes fun of Drake's Canadian accent, which
you don't know nothing about that.
Tell me a New Hall King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy
Crody.
Tell me you're cheesing, fam. We could do this right now on the camera,
Crody.
There's also this one line that had me dead, where he says, when I see you stand
What do you mean W racist?
by sexy red, I believe you see two bad bitches. He's basically saying that that man Drake sees himself as a woman. That's a clever way to say that. I'm not gonna lie. And at the end, Kendrick also says that he doesn't want to hear Drake say nigga anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much like the whole gist of Euphoria. And after that, Kendrick dropped the song 616 in LA. And there's not much to really take away from this song, except for there are some moles in OVO and they're working against Drake. And that's how Kendrick is getting all this intel on Drake. And after that, Drake drops Family Matters, which in my opinion is one of the hardest songs in this entire beef. This song also came with the video, which that was pretty sick. Shout out Drake.
That was a good I ain't gonna lie, bro. Drake did come back because I watched it on stream. We watched it on stream, and like he really hit back with that. I was like, oh, Drake actually came back with some fire. And then we know what happened, bro. Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. GG's.
For that. And in the song, Drake basically says that Kendrick is a fake gangster, Kendrick is a wife beater, one of Kendrick's kids don't even belong to him, they belong to Dave Free, which is one of Kendrick's longtime friends, and also Kendrick is a fake black activist because he cheated on his wife with a white woman. And when I tell you this video is crazy, at the start you got the van from the cover of Good Kid Mad City being destroyed, and at the end you got this footage of Drake flexing all this memorabilia from all these different artists. Like you got Tupac's ring, and then you also got Michael Jackson's glove. But one of my favorite shots in this video is the one where it's like these two cakes, and one cake says happy co-parenting and the other says happy divorce. It's basically Drake once again saying that one of Kendrick's kids don't belong to him and his wife cheated on him, which is a straight up disrespect. And then on that same day that Drake dropped Family Matters,
same day, my boy, you mean same hour? Come on, lock in.
Within like an hour, Kendrick drops Meet the Grams, which is this song that has like this dark and eerie vibe to it. And in the cover art, you got Drake.
No. Meet the Grams is the most evil song I've ever fucking heard, bro.
Prescriptions and like Drake's receipts that Kendrick has gotten from these moles in Drake's entourage. And to summarize this whole song, Kendrick basically exposes Drake for having an 11-year-old daughter that he doesn't take care of and he's a deadbeat father to. He also says that Drake is a predator and sex trafficker that needs to die and his house needs to be raided like Diddy's. And he also says that Drake is a
Mods ban him. What do you mean? Don't at me, but Drake's Family Matters was better than any K-Daws's disses. All right.
master manipulator.
So we're glazing.
And a complete liar. And what I like about this song is that there's like 4 different parts to it, or there's 4 verses that are targeted towards 5 different people. The first verse is targeted towards Drake's son Adonis. The second part is targeted towards Drake's mom and dad. The third part is targeted towards Drake's unknown daughter. And the last part is targeted towards Drake himself. Like, this was a well-crafted song, if I'm being real. After that, Kendrick drops Not Like Us, where he basically just calls Drake and his boys pedophiles and apex predators the entire song. And I'm not gonna lie, this song probably had to have some of the funniest lyrics out of this whole beef.
Facts.
To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. Certified lover boys, certified pedophile. Why are you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord,
and it's probably a minor.
Freaky ass nigga. He is 69 God. This man basically called Drake the freaky pedo boogeyman for 4 minutes and 33 seconds long. Like, you can't tell me that isn't funny. This song was probably one of the catchiest songs out of this entire beef.
So I hope Kendrick is paying y'all's bills, the dick riding y'all doing. It's not dick riding, bro. Y'all, we have ears. Do you? Do you have ears? No, Threshold. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for some new ears for you, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, Family Matters was good. It was good. It's not ass. but it wasn't the best song.
I wouldn't say that it was the best, but it was one of the catchiest. When
Oh,
I
I
first
see it
listened,
around.
I was like, it's all right. But after listening a few more times, this song is now stuck in my head. After that, Drake dropped The Heart Part 6, and in this song, Drake basically talks about the false information that he fed Kendrick throughout the beef through the moles that he sent. Remember how in 616 in LA, Kendrick was talking about how Drake has some moles in his entourage? Yeah, those were sent by Drake. So
Cap.
the thing about the
Literal
11-year-old
cap.
daughter, that was a lie. So in this song, he's basically calling Kendrick a liar because he's spreading false information and spreading rumors without fact checking because
Bro,
he's
the
so
one thing I hated about that, bro, if I set someone up like that and they like, oh, see, I got all this information on you, yada, 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 bro, the first thing I'm fucking doing is making you look fucking dumb. I'm posting the receipts right then and there. And Drake posts on his story, goddamn, every day like a little 14-year-old girl, bro. So, I mean, he might as well, but he didn't. So, to me, it's cat. It's cat. I'm sorry.
so thirsty for intel on Drake. Another thing that Drake does in this song is denies the pedo claims that Kendrick and the internet made against him. He says, if I was fucking young girls, I'd be arrested. I'm way too famous for this shit you suggested. And that logic honestly just doesn't make any sense at all because you got dudes like Dan Schneider walking around.
Bro, didn't Drake say fucking, we literally just saw it, bro. If Amazing was a young girl, I'd be in jail because I'm fucking amazing.
in this world when that man is literally a pedo. Like, we've heard about everything he's done in documentaries. So for Drake to say that, that's just kind of dumb, if I'm being honest. He also says, only fucking with Whitney's, Kendrick's wife, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I'd never look twice at no teenager. Then
Nobody
he also
mentioned
says
Millie
in the
Bobby Brown,
song,
bro.
stop buying views and botting comments, which is kind of dumb because when I tell you, literally the entire world was tuned into this beef, I don't think anybody was botting views and comments during this time. Like, that was just a dumb line. It didn't need to be added to the song. On this song, he also doubles down saying that one of Kendrick's kids belonged to Dave Free, and he also trolls Kendrick for being diddled as a child, which
Oh my god.
is completely
Mother,
wild. And after all that, there
weird
was a
as
shooting
fuck.
outside of Drake's house, and his OVO store was vandalized. And yeah, that's pretty much like the whole beef so far. It's getting pretty hot. I think it's safe to say that J. Cole did not deserve all the hate he got for skedaddling up out of that beef, if I'm being real. My opinion on this whole thing is that, like, it's obvious that Kendrick is cooking this band when it comes to the music, but I wouldn't count out Drake just yet. I still do think that Drake might have something up his sleeve, but at the same
Holy
time,
glaze.
I don't think that anybody is going to even listen to what he
Oh my god. No, no, no. Bro, why y'all in his head, bro? Threshold, come on, bro. This nigga's head looks like he's remembered every lyric in the world. That shit is busting out the seams, though. Cameron, come on, bro. I mean, wear a hat or something, my guy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. That's just weird. But it is busting out the seams. We can't lie here.
has to say at this point. And I also do think that if the man does have some claims against Kendrick Lamar, he's got to have some hard concrete evidence if he wants to sway people back on his side. He can't just say something without it being backed by any facts or evidence. He's got to actually have concrete evidence this time around. He can't just say, you're a woman beater, Kendrick, without any evidence, you know? And I would say the same for Kendrick, but that's kind of hard to say when Drake literally has videos online of him kissing underage fans. Like, if there was a video online of Kendrick literally beating his wife, like, I'm pretty sure more people would believe Drake when he calls Kendrick a wife beater. But since there is no real evidence online about that, nobody's really going to believe him. And one more thing I gotta add, that man Kendrick just low-key beat Drake at his own game, which is the internet. Like, this man Kendrick has the whole entire internet saying OV ho and calling Drake a pedo. That was not on my 2024 bingo card at all, bro. But yeah, all that being said, this beef doesn't really end anyone's career. Even though people are calling Drake a pedo and saying he's a groomer, that still doesn't do anything to the man. Like, Drake is too big to take down at this point in his career. I genuinely believe that Drake could be a convicted pedophile and people would still listen to his music. Like, as sad as it sounds, it is true. One thing this beef has made me do, though, is go back and listen to Kendrick's older music because, like I said, I never really listened to him like that. Like, the other day I was at the gym and I was bumping Section 80, and I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty good album.
Amazing.
But yeah, that's like my whole opinion on this beef. If anything, this beef was a huge win for the music industry itself. This beef had everyone tuned in, and that's amazing to see. Even though it's two artists going at it and they're trying to take down each other's careers, I still think it's amazing how everyone was talking about this. But yeah, with all that being said, this is going to wrap up the video. If you guys made this far, I appreciate you. If you guys enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend
W fucking video, bro. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Camera. Great fucking YouTuber, bro.